There's a few hidden secrets that investors like Dave Ramsey and Pace Morby are doing to create wealth that you're not doing. I'm going to talk to you about 5 of them right now. These 5 secrets will change your perspective on how you feel about real estate investing and make it not seem so complicated. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into the first one. The first secret that these huge investors do is they are able to understand one key important thing. You have heard me say in almost every single video, and it is so important: location, location, location. But more importantly, these investors, they've learned how to master identifying emerging neighborhoods before they become trendy. They've learned to do something so important, yet not a lot of people seem to know how to do it. One thing that they do is very simple. They follow the money. They see where money is being poured into a city or to an area before anything starts to actually be built. They do things like find permitting, and they follow local businesses, and a lot of their friends that they know and have networked over the past, they tell them, hey, there's $1 million being poured over here. There's businesses, there's schools, there's new roads that are getting built. All of these things show that this area is going to appreciate in value very fast. And another thing they do is they pay attention to the politics of their city. They actually follow politicians and they learn where these politicians want to put money into. They are actually learning where the money is going to be put into to rebuild things, where new schools, they learn about different laws. All of these things they do, and they follow that community. These investors aren't just going around randomly picking houses, trying to find something and hoping it works. Location in real estate is everything. Secret number 2 is they have learned to leverage off-market deals, and they've developed contacts with direct sellers. You've seen videos of people like Thatch Nugan going out, knocking on people's doors and simply asking, are they looking to sell? You can do different things like cold calling, using mailers, things that are inexpensive and cheap. And if they pay off, it is more than well worth it because of the equity and the money you'll gain. You cannot be afraid to go out and drive, look for distressed properties that are ugly, that are worn down, that have holes in the roofs, that may have burnt down. These properties are going to be your gold mine to building wealth. The biggest thing you can do is always look for cheap and inexpensive tools that will help you progress in your journey. And you cannot be afraid to get your hands a little dirty and actually going to these houses, knocking on people's doors. Secret number 3 is, guess what? These investors are not just doing things by themselves, using a regular old pen and paper and hoping they figure it out. These investors actually use data tools and analysis tools to figure out, are these deals going to be any good and are they going to make money? Whether or not you're using an app or you're using an old Excel spreadsheet or a Google spreadsheet, you cannot rely on just your brain and your memory to figure out if this deal is going to be good. You have to take the time, plug in a bunch of numbers, do the research, know your rent, know your area, know your cap rate, know your ROI. All of these things are hugely important. Doing things like running comps or checking Zillow for what has sold, doing anything and everything you can to double check, triple check your numbers before you make any purchase. And I guarantee you, all of the top real estate investors have either an app, a spreadsheet, or they might have a finance person that does it. But the whole key is to actually do it. Secret number 4 is one that I personally really love, and a lot of other guys really love it too. They will go out and utilize auctions to buy foreclosures. Foreclosures are just simply when someone has not paid their mortgage, the bank comes in, repossesses or takes over that property, goes to like a local sheriff in our case, and they say, hey, sell it. This is the lowest we'll take for it, and after that, whatever the price is, that's what we'll sell it for. Usually you do have to have cash to buy these, but there are a lot of ways around this with hard money lenders and certain lenders that will offer 100% acquisition. But by going to these auctions, you can get houses that are dirt cheap. Now, yes, there are a lot of caveats with this, and yes, there is a lot of things that you have to figure out before buying, but you can easily find a property that's 30-40% undervalued, and then you put the money to improve the property and you've just bought something that is going to easily cash flow. Now, in certain markets, yes, there can be a huge competition for this. Your auction may be super competitive, so do your research before going there, or maybe even just attend a few before even thinking about getting into it and see if it's right for you. Secret number 5 is super important because not enough people actually talk about how important this is. If you go back and check a lot of my other videos, you'll see that I've mentioned that relationships in real estate, no matter if you're doing primary house buying and selling or investing, Relationships are important, and that's why the fifth secret is just simply networking and getting to know other professionals in your space. Getting to know good wholesalers can be huge in your area. A lot of times they're directly connected with people who are just looking to quickly sell, but they don't mind selling to you and giving you all the headache of having to renovate and put all the sweat equity into it. And let's not discount the fact of how important local networking events are for entrepreneurs, checking your local Facebook groups. All of these things that you can do to build relationships with other professionals in your area is huge. Lenders, title companies, all that is just as important. By building a good relationship with all of these professionals, they might come across a deal that is not right for them, or they might not have thought of anybody, but when they think of you, they know, you know what, this person, I like them, I can trust them. They seem like someone who's been nice. They've always helped me. They've come to me and brought me business. You know what? I'm gonna call them. This deal might be perfect for them. I went to an event here locally in my city maybe about a year ago, and it was great. I got to meet a lot of local professionals, some who were even young in my space, some were title attorneys, lenders, and it was great to just make connections because now I can call them and rely on them for good help and advice, and I know they can do the same for me. And look, finding good deals and finding the right deals, all this, it does not have to be hard. You just need the right tools and the right system in place to figure all this out. And if you stuck around in the video this far, I have something special planned for 2025 that all investors and all new investors need to hear. I'm gonna be starting a whole series where I'm gonna take everyone along with me, not only as I start to purchase more rental property, but as you start to purchase more rental property as well. So if you haven't already, think about clicking that subscribe button down below, liking this video, and definitely stay tuned for more.